All right, we're going to start. We're recording. Great. So I'm Shaianne Osterreich, Associate Professor of Economics at Ithaca College, and I'm lucky today to be joined with two of my favorite students in our department, Farwa Shakil and Riley Fox. And we're just going to talk for a few minutes today about what it's like to be an econ student at IC. So I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves and then I'll ask a few questions. Riley, do you want to go first?
Sure. So I'm Riley Fox, as Cheyenne said. I'm a applied economics major at IC. I'm also a business analytics minor. I've been involved with a number of clubs at IC. I'm part of the IC Analytics Club. I was a community council member. I'm part of the Democrats Club. A couple other like funner clubs, I guess, like a video games club I was a part of. And I've been teaching myself guitar, which I like to include in there because I really enjoy that. So
Nice, nice. Farwa?
Yeah, I'm Furwa. I'm a senior economics and international politics double major. I have done Model UN on campus. I've been involved with student government. I did our sort of practice Fed challenge this year, which was really exciting. We didn't get to go to the Fed, but it was still a nice experience to have. And yeah.
Great. So can you tell us a little bit about what was it that made you come to IC?
I can go first. So I actually didn't start out as an economics major. Cheyenne knows this. I started as an IMC major, Integrated Marketing Communications in the School of Communications. And I did that mostly because I wanted to do something safe, and it just felt like the safe thing to do. And I realized that it was not at all what I wanted to do pretty quickly. So then the next semester, I switched into politics, and then I took a microeconomics class, an introductory microeconomics class, because I had to take it for QL at the time. And then I ended up loving it so much that I just declared a double major. So.
Do you remember anything about why you loved it or why you still love it? You still love it?
Yeah, I think it just made sense to me. Like, it was kind of a social science that made a lot of sense to me. Like, I had taken science all throughout high school, and it was just like, it never made sense to me, but this was a different lens to look at the world. And our professor at the time, like, did a really good job of providing us real life examples. Like, when he was teaching us about supply and demand, he would like bring up an example of like the Soviet Union, and I was like, okay, like I can see the implications of what is going on in the real world. So that's why I really enjoyed it, and why I still enjoy it, because I can actually see it like around me.
Riley?
So yeah, I kind of agree with everything that Farwa said. I was kind of drawn to econ in the first place because I don't know, like I consider myself to be a somewhat logical person in the way that these like theoretical models are applied. It just seems very logical to me, right? And in high school, I didn't really have any exposure to econ. I did transfer to Ithaca, so my first exposure wasn't here. But the first class I took, like Farwa said, you know, it kind of opened my eyes to, you know, these concepts in my daily life, and I thought it was really cool. And you know, that's why I still like it, because I can apply these models, I guess, in the small things I do every day, which is really interesting to me.
Yeah, I think this is one thing people don't always understand until they start taking economics classes, right? And so when I talk about what is economics, I like to think about, well, what do economists do? They talk about climate change, they talk about healthcare, and they talk about poverty, and they talk about jobs, and these are all things that that we all are familiar with, right?
Yeah.
So can you also talk a little bit about what was sort of a distinctive experience in intellectual or academic experience for you?
I can talk about my senior thesis, which was really, really awesome. I was supposed to present at the National Conference of Undergraduate Research this year. Unfortunately, as we all know, did not happen. But my senior thesis was on currency reunification in Cuba, and it was just really exciting to take on a project that was both qualitative but also heavily quantitative. And I could see the versatility of economics there. And also, a lot of econ programs actually across the country don't require senior theses. So it's really nice to have a department that stresses that, because it looks really good for grad school. And also I get to show off to my future employer that like I've done a lot of quantitative research. So that's a big benefit of that. But it was also just super fun and I got to nerd out with it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to point out that this is one of the distinctive programs for us, that all of our econ majors have mentored undergraduate research projects in their senior year. And not only, it's uncommon in general, but it's also uncommon in econ departments.
Mm-hmm.
Riley?
Yeah, so I haven't done my thesis yet. I'm working on it now, but I think I've enjoyed a lot of the classwork the most. So I'm really interested in like inequality and domestic issues. So money and banking was one of the classes that I took here at IC, and we did kind of like a deep dive into the recession for the last half of the course, and I thought that was awesome. Especially like you can see how it was it happened, right? That's what we talked about a lot, and then the effects of it going forward. And I really like to look at that kind of stuff and the policy directions that we've kind of been taking as a result. So that was particularly interesting for me.
Was that with Mike?
Yeah, that was with Mike.
Yeah, great class.
Yeah, I love Mike. Great teacher.
Well, thanks you guys for taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that our program has been so great for you. It has been amazing to have you with us. And so thanks for everybody for watching, and if you would like more information about the economics department, you can always go to the Ithaca College H&S website and find the economics program, and you will find me there and my email, which will also be tagged with this video. All right, thanks. Take care, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.